Hi, I'm still alive. I just want to get this out the way. As always, sorry I take it long to make a video. Well, like as I repeated, I don't want to react to everything. I don't react to stuff that I feel passionate about and stuff that I do care about. I just don't react to anything just for the sake of it. And as you can see by the video in the background, we'll be reacting to an Asmongold video. He's a famous streamer. Probably very few people don't know who he is, but for the sake of those who don't, he's mostly known for streaming World of Warcraft. Obviously, he streams more than that, but that's his main game. And today, let's just say, lately he had a hot take of a game called Wulong Fallen Dynasty. It's a Sekiro-light game. If you know Sekiro is from Software. Unlike their other games, Soul games, it's more the emphasis on parrying. But unlike Sekiro, this one's a bit more accessible, not as hard. It's a bit more gracious with its timing to parry. If you don't know, the whole game is based on parry. It's not like Souls where you have different builds and yada yada yada. You do have different weapons and everything. It's like a little bit of a mix of both, but it really emphasizes you parrying enemies so you can stagger them and uh, do massive damage. Unlike in Souls game where parrying is basically not like an option. So yeah, let's just say he played a game. This is like a at the end, tail end at the 4 hour stream. And to say he had a hot take, he wasn't, due to, I guess, the frustration of having to be entertaining and be semi good at a game. I'm not throwing shade at him. I'm not the best at the game. If you see any of my gameplay videos, I died to a fucking tree for like 20 minutes in fucking Elden Ring. Anywho, I'm not here to make fun of him, but because I've been here. Like I think I've been here when you've been frustrated. Obviously, I'm nowhere near as big as him as a streamer, so I don't have that mounted pressure of always being entertaining and good while playing. So I think that's what part of happened here. But I think some people think he went a bit too hard headed here. But yeah, that's the background, and let's see what he said.
Different items, and it's like you have to go through every single
Hold on.
item to figure out like
Let me see. I can start a little bit more behind. Sorry, this is a big stream, so I just want to see when he. There he goes. This is where he gets.
I think it would be easier if I had the higher level. Like, you're totally right about that, but I don't like this game. I think this game sucks. I'm gonna be honest. I think it sucks. I'll explain why. Basically, the reason why I think the game sucks is that number one, you get a million different items, and it's like you have to go through every single item to figure out like what the item means and like what that does.
Here, I think he does have a valid point. One of the criticism of this technical code, they do have a previous game. They have a game called Neo. It's Nioh, and there's a part two, which is hard to pronounce. It's basically their answer to Demon Souls, Dark Souls series. But one of the things to make it different from the Soul series is they have way more items, like to the point that people really don't like that. There's constantly new items. Like you don't even get to enjoy. Let's say you get an item, and then next 2 seconds you get another item. So there's this balance between giving the pacing of the items is really bad, and I do agree with him there. I have played the demo. I know it's not the same as playing the same game, but I've heard others say the same thing. They say it's not as bad as the Neo games, but it's still pretty bad. And I do agree with him. Like I wish there was just make basically they take the approach of quantity over quality, where most in other games it's usually the reverse is quality over quantity. So it's just so many fucking items thrown at you. You're like, what's the point of putting this one on? And yeah, I do agree with him there. This is a valid reasoning. I mean, it's not a deal breaker for me because I do play. I'm playing Neo too. Of course, it's a backlog because I'm the the fanboy with a bunch of backlog. But yeah, I think this is a fair criticism of the game.
Then you have your equipment weight, which is not easily understandable, like what it does.
Okay, and this is where we get to the territory of kind of opinions. Sorry to let him finish first.
Or like how that changes the game. Then after that, you have these weird flags that you have to pick up.
Okay, so he went to something else. Basically, let's go back a bit because he's explaining the equipment system. Equipment system works like this: you get a percentage. If you pass that certain percentage, you can either do what's it called, a light roll, mid roll, a heavy roll, or then you're overcumbered. When you're overcumbered, you basically have no roll. So, but you can get hit with everything. Light roll obviously means you have less armor, but the plus side is you could roll more often, so the window of dodging is bigger. Mid roll is like the mix between. You have more, obviously you more armor, so you take less when you get hit, take less damage, and you don't have the best roll, but you have a pretty good roll. Heavy roll is basically you have a bunch of armor, so you get hit, you take even less damage, but your roll is really bad. Like your window of opportunity to dodge is the second smallest, and then you, like I said, you have overcumbered with you basically have no roll. So, rule of thumb is always to go for mid roll. Always try to be in that mid roll section, either by having heavy armor and a very light weapon, or a heavy weapon and very light armor. And he's saying that in this game, it's pretty hard to discern when you have the equipment when it's clear right here in the yellow. I hope you can see right here in the yellow. See right now, he's okay. He has a mid roll. I believe this is what you call a mid roll in the game, because he's not over encumbered or he's not heavy. Usually, when it gets red. So I don't know. This is where he starts with questionable opinions.
It does, or like how that changes the game.
It's like right there, percentage base. I'm pretty sure this means he's in mid roll. Yeah, you can see. Obviously, can't you guys? Sorry. The armor doesn't mean doesn't look like his heavy armor. He looks like he's wearing very light, and he has a light bow and some dual weapons. Dual weapons usually obviously are not heavy. So right now I think he's in somewhere in between light and mid roll, and kind of this is where I disagree with his assessment.
Then after that, you have these weird flags that you have to pick up. The system is not very intuitive. I think the boss fights are just garbage.
Okay, the flag system, like if any Soulsborne player knows, basically the bonfires. I do think this game does something different. They have like mini bonfires. They don't fully heal you, but it's like a in between. It's like they have more checkpoints. They're like the mini bonfires and like the big bonfires. They call them flagpoles in this game. But yeah, it's pretty easy to discern which one's like the big one, which one's the small one. I only play the demo. I'll have the demo link somewhere or put it in the card below. So as you can see there, or you can just watch anybody else play. There's a mini flags. I don't call it bonfire because let's be real, that's what most people know them by, because that's the bone. So it's like a mini bonfire and like a big bonfire. I pretty much knew what they were and I only played the demo, so I don't know where this is coming from. But again, I don't want to dunk at the guy. I just want to say some of his opinions are kind of wrong.
That's what it comes down. I think the boss fights are legitimate garbage. The difficulty is just purely built around the attacks having different delays.
Okay. As far as bosses, I only played the demo boss, and from what I heard, they actually put there's three easy. There's, at the beginning of the game, there's three bosses, and the demo ends at the first one, which is actually the hardest one. And for me, he didn't seem that hard. I was able to get him to phase two, and but the point I want to get to, he says delayed attack. This is coming from any Souls game, any game that has this Soulsborne DNA. Because when we see an attack coming, we are built to just press dodge. So the way developers kind of get around that is that they'll make the character wind up like Morgan, or say Margaret. I forget what he changed it. I'm bad with names. The first Elden Ring boss that you fight. The first one that he gives you. You fight him at the front of the gate, and he gives you your first Tyson pouch. He is infinite to have this delayed attack with his cane. So like here, Asman kind of donkey on this game for having that is kind of hypocritical. Every game has that. That's how developers, because they know that we as gamers, we see the attack where our immediate reaction is just dodge. So part of the things that we gotta do is like get out, break that habit, because developers know. So we have to actually wait and see when the attack is actually coming, and then the delay in this game will be then we parry. Cause again, this game is mostly about parrying, and like I said, him being mad at this game for having that. This is where for me, he starts to fall off a bit. Even in his chat, if you just keep it, oh, can't see it because I always have trouble when to put. You'll see his chat. Basically, his chat is all. It's really against him. Even this video, which I obviously will be linking below, you can see the comment section just not agreeing with him. Let's just put it that way. Sorry. Crappy computer. Sorry.
And you having to continuously attack the boss and fight the boss to figure out what those attack patterns are. I think that a lot of them have almost no indicator before they happen. I just think that they're bad. I think they're bad mechanics, straight up. Like I've played a lot of these kinds of games before, and I think that really after playing this, it really made me appreciate something like Sekiro or Elden Ring, because it's just designed in so much more of a coherent and easy to understand way.
Again, wasn't able to beat the first boss, but I could tell when the attacks were coming. It was pretty easy. My problem was a skill issue. I wasn't good enough. Like I got him to the second phase, and then that's when he like his true form comes out. But yeah, I never had a problem knowing when the attack was coming. Like I said, most of these games, what they try to do, they'll try to use that wind up attack. So you could say again, we're so used to just seeing attack, that dodging, parrying right away. So does the first boss in this game have a lot of delay attacks? I don't think so. I didn't play much of his second form, but his first form, like when he attacked, he really much attack. He didn't delay attack, which is different from Elden Ring. Literally the first actual boss, the first that kind of piece progression, not like those mini bosses in those mini dungeons. He his infinite, like one, I remember one of his infinite wind ups is his staff or cane, whatever the hell it is. So again, this is everything he's blaming this game for. Every other game has. Obviously, they're more polished. I'll give it that. Sekiro is pretty more polished in this game. Elden Ring is more polished in this game, but that doesn't mean this game is a bad game.
The mobs have like 7 or 10 different hit combos where it's hard to tell whether they're resetting from a combo or they're continuing a combo. It's just I don't really see it being. I just don't. I don't think it's fun. Like I think that's really all it comes down to. Charles guns are toxic. That's why you just parry. You can say it's a skill issue.
See, his chat is just frozen. I saw him. I probably should have paused it when somebody said, "Oh, skill issue equals bad game." Basically, nobody's they're not on his side on this one, and like everything he just explained, you can critique every other game about it. You can critique from Demon Souls to Dark Souls to Sekiro. Again, obviously those games are probably more polished, and one of the things this version of the game, he's playing the PC version, obviously. It's a bad PC port. I probably should have said that from the beginning. This game has a horrible PC port. I personally, again, I played the demo, so I guess maybe the demo is more stable, which makes sense. It's just the demo. And I heard if you want the best version is the Game Pass version because it's locked at 60 FPS. So you, 1 second. Sorry about that stupid alarm. Yeah. So right now, like I said, I know it's me repeating myself, but every critique he's throwing at this game right now, you could throw it at any type of this game, even other games like Devil May Cry, delay attacks. Obviously the difference is polish and the PC port. This PC port is really bad, and I heard even the console port not the best. Let's see what he says.
Do as much as you want, but I just think this is a bad game. Like, if you, like, I'll show you what I mean, because obviously people might, like, yeah, of course, if I did this boss for, like, an hour or something like that. Yeah, of course. Yeah, no, oh my god. Okay, what can I do about that? If I do this, no, it's just not gonna fix it. Here, let me close the game real quick. No, not that. Yeah, and also, like, this game is full of, like, all of these... And again, like, this is just my preference, maybe. But, like, there are all these, like, overcomplicated...
I just want to point out real quick. See that thing right there? This is the bonfire, aka bonfire. This is a mini bonfire. It's a small. The bigger one, it's bigger. So and it does more. It generates a full heal. Everything resets. This is like a mini one. This is like a consider a mini bonfire. I just want to say that.
Systems in this game that make it just simply annoying, overly complex, and just obnoxious. I don't know what to say. Like, there's like 7 different systems in this game that don't need to be here, that add no value to the game. They're just annoying. Why would you want to do that?
As far as mechanics, it's pretty easy. Unfortunately, I don't know. Hate this YouTube. At the bottom of your at the bottom of the screen, you have your health, and then you have the parry meter, just like in Sekiro. This one is like the more you get damaged and you fuck the parries, it goes to the left, orange, and if it gets full, you get staggered. While it's that, the more you hit and the more you parry enemies, not only do their meter goes to the left and orange, and then they get stunned, you get rewarded with focus. They call it, I think focus is chi, and it goes to the right and it goes blue. And the more you have, the more things you do with you could do spirit attacks, you could do magic attacks and stuff like that. Like I wasn't overwhelmed with the mechanics of this game, and like I said, I'm pretty bad at games. You could go see one of my Dark Souls runs when I got killed by a tree like for fucking 20 minutes, and I wasn't overwhelmed. One thing I'll say, I don't find the magic that useful, but then again, this game is built about more about the parrying, so I think I have heard that critique like the magic system in this game. It's mostly buffs, and like again, I heard and myself in the demo. Again, it's a demo. I didn't find the magic system all that useful, but then again, the main thing about this game is parrying. I didn't feel overwhelmed with the mechanics. It was just trying to get the timing right. That's all.
The might of Swinjin.
Dash Company just don't understand them because they're new? Probably both. I just don't want to learn 15 different systems to play the game. Nothing about this game is intuitive. No, it's not. It's not intuitive at all. There's no crouch in the game.
Okay, look, perfect. He see this bar right here. This is the orange bar. If it gets full, he gets stunned. And the way it feels like you fail parries and you get hit. It goes to the right. It goes blue. He'll have extra chi to do his magic, which is. Damn it! I gotta put it right here in the middle. How about this? See right down here. This is like his magic. Right here, these two. This is his kung fu attacks. I think they call them. Every weapon has a different kung fu attack. And I think this one to the right, you get like a summon. And here you have the spells. Like I said, I don't think the spell system is the greatest, but I played the demo, but I have heard that criticism about this game. So yeah, that's it. That's basically all the mechanics of the game. It's parry or get hit, and then use some buffs here to. One of the most useful spells is like an aura that when you hit or parry, you get a little bit of life back. It's not the most complicated. Like I didn't feel overwhelmed, and like I'm not saying I'm the best. I'm I couldn't even get to where he's at. Granted, he's playing the actual game, and I played demo. I couldn't get to this. There's three bosses in the demo. I didn't beat the first one, but I still thought the game was. I could see what the fun is for people in that game. For this game, I damn my computer stuff.
Like I know there's people like saying it's skill issue, etc. Oh wait, look at that. The game crashed. So now I have to restart my entire PC.
This, like I said, I did mention this. I'm gonna reiterate, and he's talking about it right now. The PC port is crap. Unfortunately, Tecmo Koei is known for bad PC ports. I think they'll eventually get better, but my copy of Neo 2 is from PS4, so outside the definitely frame drops because it's the PS4. I never crashed, so but yeah, this is a valid criticism. Everybody knows it. That's why this game is not the score the highest. Is bad another bad PC port. Unfortunately, PC gamers are unfortunately used to this. So yeah, this is a valid criticism. I think he also mentions the controls, which I don't want to go into it. If he doesn't, I'll go into it. But I think he does go into controls.
Which I mean, to be fair, like this is a PC issue. I'm not really that worried about it. The dodge system sucks. You can't just dodge; you need to move and dodge at the same time. Yeah, I think this game is trash. Like, I'll be honest. I don't think that there's any like I didn't have fun playing the game at all for the entire time. Yeah.
I'm gonna pause it here because he did mention something. The dodge is not like the dodge in this game is more like a parry dodge. You're not just you could. There's two ways to parry. It's just regular parry, like your character stand right where he's at and he'll parry, or you could call what do like a parry dodge. You're dodging and parrying at the same time. You can still dodge regularly, but yeah, it's like you might as well. Again, the whole game is built on parrying. So if you're just regular parrying, you're kind of wasting your time. And just acting a hit or not, you don't gain anything from it. So let's see where he goes in.
And like I've played all the Dark Souls games. I've beaten Sekiro. So it's not like I'm bad at video games to the extent that it's making me not have fun at the game. I just think this is a bad game. People can be critical of me, but like I'll show you I'll show you the clip of like what I mean of like why I think these mechanics are bad. The people that are saying that like it's I'm just crying because I'm bad at the game. How would you like my question to anybody who thinks that is like how would you differentiate like somebody who just thinks that the game is like badly designed versus somebody who's bad at the game? It doesn't make sense. Yeah, it's a fundamentally bad game. Like watch the animation here. And like this one isn't even really that bad. If you slow it down, and let me see if I can do this. It'll take a minute. It's designed to be cheap. Yeah, I think it just has really cheap kill mechanics where it's like I feel like I'm getting fucked over and I'm dying in a fight. See, like all of the different attack timings for this boss are totally different, and there's no logical reason why that would happen.
I don't even get what he's saying. Every boss in these types of games they switch their pattern up. Their pattern up. That's the whole point. Is like if they have one pattern, they'll be easy. I don't know if he gets it, and I don't wanna. because this is a very long video. Because I mostly knew about this from another YouTuber called Kira TV. I'll link his video down below. He also reacts to it. Yeah, like I don't want to react to the whole thing because he just goes down pausing. And I actually want to read some of the comments. This is actually his video. This is obviously you don't see Kira. This is not Kira reacting to it. The comments in the video, they're not kind. So yeah, I'm gonna just let him finish this point because I don't want to cut him off. So it'll be unfair. But yeah, like I said, I'm probably worse. I didn't even touch Sekiro because I know I was gonna be bad at it. But I'm not. That's I wouldn't say Sekiro was a bad game. It's just not my type of game. Same thing with this. Obviously, I wouldn't say this is more ass polish or more polished than Sekiro. It does have his jank, but in my opinion, none of the jank was kind of getting in the way of me enjoying it. I enjoy the combat. It's just I want to do that for the whole 100 hours, 50 hours, how long ever it takes. Like a game like Elden Ring, not really. But like I said, I try to separate my being bad at a game uh, and and the mechanics of a game. And I personally don't think the game is bad. I just it does have jank, but I don't think the jank is bad enough to say it's a shit game.
Like, let me go to my last attempt at the boss. Like, why does he hold his staff there after all the other attacks don't do that?
That's just part of what he does. That's called a delayed to throw you off his attack pattern. I could point out how the first, like I said, I'm bad with names. It's Margaret or Margaret, one of those fucking names. The first actual boss you gotta beat in Elden Ring. This fucking attack, where he slowly charged out and he delayed his staff attack. He's doing that because that's part. I bet you if he does it again, he'll hold it to throw you off the pattern.
You see what I'm saying? See what you mean? It makes it difficult to learn if it's.
He didn't even hold it here for like that long. He's just. How long was that? Like 2 seconds, and he went back to whining again. Again, I don't want to dunk on him that much because very few people have the pressure of playing a game good or what chat thinks is good and being entertaining. I'm pretty sure that's what happened here. But like I said, I'm not trying to say I'm better than him. I'm not. I'm not nowhere as good as a streamer or a gamer. But at some point, you do have to separate yourself like from your frustration in the game. Like I said, I think it's like middle of the road. I don't think the game is like this godlike game that deserves to be fucking defended, and that he's just trying to be mad. It's just like a frustration in the jank of the game, and that him and the jank are not measurements is fine, but to say that game is totally bad, I don't know. That's not kind of I just don't agree with that. And I'm just gonna read some of the chat. I'm just gonna read the. Is this? I think this is let me. Oh. Well, it's top comments. Yeah, there you go. Dude has one philosophy in life: bash his head against the wall until land erosion removes it for you, or then claim you broke it. Obviously, just because you two comments doesn't mean they're right or whatever. I just find it. I mean, some funny comments. Again, it's part of being influencer. Sometimes people disagree with your take, and doesn't mean you're right. Doesn't mean they're right. Personally, like I said, this is my personal opinion from a bad player. I don't think the game is bad. It does have jank, but not jank enough to call it bad. I said if I have to give a rating, I'll give it a 6 or 7. Probably and a bit lower because of the PC port sucks, and that's inexcusable at this day and age. But to say call it an outright bad game, I have to disagree on that. I love how Miguel can let you agree that he was simply bad at it. Asmongold playing games for the first time might be the most painful thing to watch. He refuses to learn anything instead of bashing his head. The wall is actually frustrating, especially while bashing the game for not being as stupid easy as Elden Ring. I probably watched his third replay this game. I think as it goes on, I don't want to make this like a dunk contest. There's also others I just want to highlight, but I'm not gonna give my opinion on it, and it's because I have no way to uh to validate what if it happened or not. Supposedly in his Reddit, he was removing post of when they mentioned this the game or this story of how he was wrong. That's his hearsay. I just wanted to say because I know some people. Oh, you forgot to say this, that, or the other. You're gonna say I did hear about him removing stuff from his Reddit that mentioned the game, but I can't confirm those people are being actual idiots and you know breaking the rules of his Reddit, or is this that he? Why was it the thing? I want to forget. He was turning to Quantum TV. If you don't know what Quantum TV is, just uh, YouTube search got Quantum TV. You'll get a quick gist of it. Yeah, that's his. Oh, here we go. Ending in a literal Quantum TV moment. I said I have no validation to. I can't validate what happened with. 'Cause I think you either die a hero or live long enough to be Quantum TV. Again, supposedly it's because of his what happened to Reddit. I have no way to validate that, but yeah, I think like I said, this is more something that's more in the middle, like most things in life. His frustration, uh, plus the jank of the game, because the game does have jank. The game is not perfect, and his frustration have always. Because few people know his frustration. Few people are at the level that he's at. He does have a skill that's being entertaining. I will never take that away from him. I still, just because I don't agree with just because I don't agree with him here, doesn't mean I'm not gonna stop watching him. For me, he's one of my favorite streamers, and part of it, obviously, he's a human being. I actually like what my friend said. People take too much value what he thinks. I think it's a system of fandoms. But yeah, I don't want to dunk on the guy. I'm not gonna stop watching his streams. He's one of my favorite streamers, one of my favorite content creators. But I do disagree with him here. But I also want to put out it's not uh all his fault. I think, like I said, it's more in the middle. His frustration and the jank of the game that gave him this moment. And to be fair, I think I did see him streaming the game still after this. Sorry, can't keep up. I'm not news. This is just opinion based. That's in my opinion. Yeah, it was a back take from an awesome guy. That's can't wait till Diablo 4 comes out because I'm gonna be watching him play. But yeah, that's me reacting or having my opinion about what happened to with Asmongold and Wulong Fallen Dynasty. If you do want to try, I am not sponsored. If you're on PC, like I said, and have Game Pass, it is on Game Pass. So you could try it there. People say it's actually more stable because of the VSync. It's locked at 60 FPS. Some of the problems are from the, I guess, unlocked FPS because bad PC ports. That's unfortunately we still have in 2023. Damn, I don't even know what year it is. Is it 23? Yes. Anyway, that's how my mind's gone. But yeah, enough ranting. Yeah. There's I disagree from an awesome guy. I don't know if I'll be this harsh on him, but the internet will do what the internet does best. That's me out, and hopefully next video won't take so long. So yeah, bye bye.